What did you do drunk that sober you really appreciated? Put all my crap for my classes at 8 AM in my backpack so when I wake up at 7:50 I don't have to scramble to find it all when I'm trying to put my life back together. I thought I did that once and just opened my backpack in class to a half-empty case of beer. Drunk me always puts my wallet, keys, and phone in my shoes by wherever I end up passing out. I do this. Drunk me is very organized and ready for a quick getaway. Drunk me decided to send a private message via LinkedIn to one of my contacts about a job sober me was very interested in. However, sober me felt we weren't totally qualified or ready for it. Sober me took no actions. Drunk me felt totally qualified, and my confident drunk message got me the interview which later translated into an offer. This is probably the one and only time a story beginning with "so I was drunk and I sent a message to my boss" has a happy ending. I once went drinking on Christmas Eve. I hadn't wrapped any presents and decided I would do it in the morning. Came home smashed and proceeded to wrap all the presents and put them under the tree so I could sleep in. They were a sight to behold and near impossible to unwrap. I had used tape like a ball of string to encircle the crumpled mass of paper stuffed around each present. Used tinfoil. Drunk me did that this Christmas Eve and my presents were the shiniest under the tree. Signed up for classes and went back to school. Decided that I would sleep on my side as I usually sleep on my back. A few hours later I threw up and since I was laying on my side I didn't choke on my vomit. Thanks drunk me for keeping me alive. Got everything needed for a huge breakfast and set up the living room table more elegantly than sober me ever could. Actually talks to people without overthinking everything. Makes friends. Asks people out. 2 drinks in and I'm 10 magnitude smoother. Almost every time I go out though drunk me thinks this will continue with more booze. We booked out a hotel room and got trashed before going out. Think 6 guys chugging on a ton of beer and eating snacks for about 5 hours. There was a lot of stuff strewn around the room, topped off by a few smashed bottles in the bathroom, because my friend thought the bath was full of cold water, but it was actually empty. I ended up coming back before everybody else and fell asleep. When I woke up in the morning, the room was spotless. My friend who was sharing the room with me told me he came home to find all the empty cans crushed and bagged up, with all the snack rubbish in the bin. I'd even gone into the bathroom and picked up every shard of glass, and made sure I'd washed the small shards out of the bathtub with the shower. I'd even cleaned the surfaces. The maid service would have had literally nothing to do other than make the beds. Meant that when we woke up the next morning, feeling worse for wear, we had absolutely nothing to tidy. When we went to our friend's room, which we hadn't spent any time in, they'd absolutely trashed it in between getting home and falling asleep. I don't think my friend had ever loved me more than he did that morning. Cleaning up actually becomes slightly enjoyable when you've had a bit to drink. Weird. I ordered pizza for the morning. I then fell asleep and was woken up by the pizza delivery guy at 11 AM. Best breakfast ever. Drunk you is a caring wife. Drunk me once set an alarm on my phone to wake me up at what would roughly be my train stop. I did nod off, and my alarm went off just as we were pulling into the station. Sober me really appreciated not having a massive dent in my wallet from what would have been an expensive taxi ride back had I missed my stop. Left $20 on top of my desk from my own wallet with a note saying "for your troubles." Woke up ecstatic until I realized it was my own $20. Still, it was nice of drunk me. My ex did this. She put money in a shirt that she only wore for going out with a note that said something like, "Since you're wearing this shirt, you're going out. Since you're probably broke. You're welcome." And she found it the next time we went to the bar. I grew up in a small town. A guy across town had a goat tied up in his front yard. So one night me and my buddies got drunk, and I thought to myself, that poor freaking goat has spent the last 3 years that I know of walking in about a 15 featuring diameter circle. So me and my bro loaded up at about 2 AM and I cut that son of a bee free. This dang goat of all the underprivileged goats just stood there. If I were that goat, I would have been like, "Thanks brah," and galloped away to find me a lady goat or something. But frick it, I gave him the chance. Drove by a week later and he was tied back up in the same spot. Ah well, I guess he's cool with it. But I was super stoked about it. finished my 3,000 word essay for uni. I learned that drunk me is a much better writer. Oh, but then you get into that whole so drunk me is a better writer. Absolutely plastered me must be goddamn Shakespeare, except plastered shaky goes ahead and emails the assignment in for you. Lecturer just gets 6 pages of poorly spelt swears, all neatly referenced though, of course. Decided to sleep it off instead of drive home. Good choice. Drunk me. When I was drunk at a get together, my buddy asked me not to sleep with this girl who was coming on to me because he had liked her for a long time. I apparently took this as a challenge and got extremely crap faced. I was a total butt and she stopped talking to me. A few months later they were engaged and now have a baby. Drunk me is a good bro. That is so cute. Drunk me always chugs water before going to bed, preventing sober me from having a hangover. Thanks, drunk me. Really, drunk me chugs water then hits return to sender before I go to bed. I phoned up my work and screamed frick you at the manager who answered. When I worked at a sporting goods store, I would call in with random questions. I would say my son is left-handed and ask them if they have any left-handed baseball bats. Drunk me has plenty of water before bed because drunk me knows sober me will be peed if he gets a hangover come dinner time. Drunk me knows when he has good food but can't finish it all to put it in the fridge for a nibble in the morning. Drunk me will sometimes make toast before bed. He knows to take out a new loaf if he eats what's left of the existing one. He's a decent guy. Crap, sober me doesn't even do any of that. I went to a hockey game last night with boys to celebrate a birthday. Woke up with all my laundry done. Thanks, drunk me. One of the boys probably did your laundry as thanks for the intercourse. Drunk me was all, you like hanging out with your friends, then sober me was all like your friends suck and now I have no friends and drink alone. Blackout drunk, bought kebab, put in fridge, awoke to find brekkie kebab. I got banned by my housemates from buying kebabs years ago, as I would just end up spreading it across the living room and fall asleep and wake up to it stuck to my face. Order crap online. I don't remember ordering 50 bags of beef jerky, but I enjoyed it. Similarly, I don't remember buying 10 rubber ducks, or a book on quantum mechanics, or ordering 3 different florist companies to deliver flowers to my girlfriend. Drunk me buys some good crap. Sober me is eternally poor though. I ordered a cleaning and care kit for my leather boots on Amazon. Judging from the time code of the order it must have happened on the dance floor. Anyway, now I have shiny ass shoes. Told my old best female friend to frick off. The only thing she ever did for me was making me feel guilty and using me for my car or money. Never felt so refreshed and free before. Fell asleep. Sober me can't do that. I know that feel, bro. Most times, alcohol influenced me was a lot more bold with women I really liked. If I hadn't done that kind of stuff, I may never have married. I have no problem following up with promises, but sober me thinks too much, speaking my feelings, politely waiting for reciprocation consent, finding the line between respect and assertiveness. My drunk self seems to do better. It's not called liquid courage for no reason. I only buy rugs when heavily intoxicated. They really tie the room together. El Duderino. I didn't call my ex, even though both she and sober me really wanted to. Drunk me is a moron, but has more self-control than sober me. While hammered, a group of us ordered McDonald's before a home football game. College. I promptly passed out at the game. When I woke up, I found a carefully stowed McDouble in my coat pocket. It was literally the best thing I've ever eaten. Walked an hour to the shops to buy 2 loaves of bread, a tub of margarine and 2 large packets of hundreds and thousands sprinkles, so I could make fairy bread for sober me. Quit drinking. Thanks drunk me. It was a hard decision. Couldn't have made it without you. I miss you. Drunk me occasionally goes online and pays all my bills. Also, drunk me took a cute French dude into a bedroom and had her way with him a few weeks ago. He had to go back to France, but we've been talking every day all day since, and he's moving to the US in a few months now. So, way to go drunk me. Ooh la la. Nailed a hot redhead. Now I've always got that memory to relive. I did exactly the same, and now we've been married 17 years. It's been hard work staying drunk. I got woken by loud knocking on my door. I stumble to answer it. I'm hanging like a bat as I open it with my eyes struggling to focus. I eventually realize that the man standing before me is a Domino's delivery driver who hands me a large pizza and walks away. Closing the door slightly confused, I look at my phone and realize drunk me ordered a pizza before I fell asleep and asked for it to be delivered at noon. I've never been more impressed by drunk me. When I was at uni, I once woke up wearing a several sizes too small t-shirt with a picture of George and Zippy from the long defunct kids TV show Rainbow, clutching a small trophy, in a bathtub. The bathtub was a convenient place to sleep, although my shoulder hurt afterwards, but I managed to get back to my hall and find out exactly what had happened the night before. It turns out I'd gone drinking with my friends, and we'd had quite the night. We'd gone to see a comedian at a local bar, some guy called John Oliver, who back in 2004ish wasn't exactly famous, and, after several more drinks, and proceeded to a nightclub. At the nightclub there was some kind of extravaganza, which included the Rainbow Road show and filming of a video game show for satellite TV. Now, for those who don't know Rainbow, it was a kids show in the 80s that included two hand puppets, George and Zippy, and a very camp guy in a bear costume called Bungle. It turned out that I had gone into the cheering crowd and had started yelling at Bungle, at which point one of the prize t-shirts was thrown into the crowd. Being a rugby player, I had leapt up like at a line out and claimed my trophy. I then proceeded to wear this far too small t-shirt for the rest of the night, as I drunkenly stumbled over to the TV show. Here, I ended up joining in a 6-way game of the video game Carmageddon. Despite being so drunk that I didn't actually speak to the presenter, and just kept manipulating the car back and forth. Somehow every other player drove off or otherwise eliminated themselves. I then had a showdown with a female contestant. I was billed as intense guy, although I suspect that because I could only see out of one eye, which I won by accidentally reversing and bunting her car off a cliff. I don't remember any of this. It's a sort of greasy smear, but I was a happy drunk and didn't trouble anyone, and obviously the night was successful from my point of view. Yo, add a car and a Rubik Cube from space in your story and you got did. Where's my car? I actually did this the other night and still have an obligation to finish what I started when I was drunk. Some backstory. In high school, my close friend Daniel had a class with a kid who played Yu-Gi-Oh! One day, he received the Amazon grappling fighting women from this kid and held onto it. Fast forward a few months to one of our friends in our group's birthday. Daniel didn't have a gift, so he presented him with the Amazon grappling fighting women. Up until going to college, we would pass the card around on everyone's birthday and it was essentially a get out of jail pass for buying a present. That wasn't the idea behind it, but it was always fun getting that card every year. What's really funny is my brother's birthday fell 4 days before Daniel's birthday, so he only got to hold on to it for so long. Eventually, it got lost in rotation and we've gone our own ways since college but still get together on occasion. Now just last week, I got drunk with some of these old friends and we brought up the card. Well, I was drunk and just went to eBay and ordered it. I completely forgot it about and just this Monday, I nearly flipped my crap when I opened the letter with the card in it. Come July, I'm gonna drive out to my friend who started it all, leave him the card in an unmarked envelope with a happy birthday message. I can't wait. Drunk me told my friend she was hot. We fricked and did regularly till she found a boyfriend. Thanks drunk me for breaking the ice. I got super drunk on New Year's and thought it would be a good idea to take a Snapchat in the washroom right after I finished taking a pee. I awoke to 300 plus people having seen a video with my fully exposed dong. Come to think of it, I didn't appreciate that at all. Drunk me sucks sometimes. Once got a hand job in the toilets at a gig in Birmingham O2 Academy and we didn't exchange names and numbers. That was pretty special. Can't believe you didn't get his name or number. Hid my phone's battery. Drunk me tends to text or call people who sober me should delete from my phone. Bought an expensive red cloche. Now that I have it, I wear it. Never thought I could carry it off but turns out it looks kick-ass. No one is saying the best one. Drunk me always makes sure I plug my phone in so it has juice the next day. My buddy tipped $30 cash while drink to a Waffle House waitress. Before she saw the tip, he left and went out into the parking lot. When she saw it, she broke down, saying she was going to have her first session of chemotherapy that Friday, and she was worried about how she was going to pay for everything. Every dollar counts, she said, and began laughing. Started an amateur P company in my garage called Brown Hole Productions and made apparently 3 movies, all of which I didn't remember until the next day when my cousin showed me the videos. Walked into the kitchen to find that Drunk Me had thoughtfully repainted the wall that a couple of friends damaged while fighting the night before. I thought it was hilarious at first, until I realized Drunk Me is a dumbass and used exterior house paint. I was looking at all the masking tape, still wet roller and the puddle around it on the floor. Then it dawned on me monthly inspection was tomorrow. After much frantic cleaning and repainting we had it finished by 2 AM. Agent came and inspected the apartment, gave us a lecture about unauthorized work, but said it would be okay this time because it looked better than what was there before and that he wished other tenants took that much pride in their homes. When we moved out we got our bond back, no questions asked. I looked in the mirror and saw that I was fat. Sober me never wanted to confront my obesity, but being drunk kinda forced me to face facts. Tore down my delusions and denial. This was last May. I've lost about 40 pounds, and dropping, since then. You have been visited by the Holy Fruit Boy. If you comment Tiny Turtle he will bless you with unlimited holy fruits. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check out another video, or don't. Either way, have a great day you magnificent people.